Well, hello, transformational mentoring community. Alejandro Tornato here, coming directly from Beaufort, Georgia. It is my privilege, my honor, my delight to be connecting with you once again. Right now, it's the Transformational Mentoring Sunday edition, which I called the Quote of the Week. But before I get into the quote of the week for today, I wanted to share something with you that I don't know. I mean, if I ever shared that with you or not, but this morning had an even bigger impact in me, in my life. I mean, every morning when I get up and then I pull the covers off the bed and I I sit on the bed, I put my feet on the ground. Even before I get up, there are a few words that come out of my mouth every single morning. And those are thank you, thank you, thank you. To have a spirit of thankfulness for every day. To be thankful, to be grateful, not to take a single day for granted. There is a great friend of mine, Bob Diyke, another John Maxwell team speaker, coach, and trainer, and a dear friend. I met him for the very first time a few years ago. We did an event together called Turning Point here in Atlanta, and it seemed that from there, I mean, we connected, and our friendship kept on growing. And Bob currently lives in Bermuda, and if you ever saw a Facebook Live that he does on a regular basis, you would hear him always say, "I am coming from beautiful and sunny Bermuda." Now, is it always sunny? Of course not. There were days that it was raining, it was windy, it was blustery. But Bob always says it is beautiful and sunny. It's not because of what is happening outside, but it's what is happening inside. And this morning, as every morning, I get up and I am truly thankful for another day, for another opportunity, for the strength, for the energy, for the willingness to learn more things, new things, for a spirit of discovery and curiosity and exploration. I am thankful, and it's always beautiful and sunny, because beautiful and sunny is not related in any way with what's happening outside, with external circumstances. It's all directly connected and related to what is happening deep inside. It's not in the outside, but it is in the heart. That's where the difference is made. And today, it was a renewed sense of newness and freshness to utter those words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I was indeed very, extremely thankful of being able to live another day. Now, are you thankful and grateful for every day that you have? Do you get up every morning being thankful, showing the world, showing the universe that deep sense of gratitude for being able to get up and to go about your day? If not, I encourage you to really pay attention and to really express that spirit of gratefulness. If you are truly grateful, and I hope that you are truly grateful, let's not take a single moment of our life for granted. But I wanted to share that with you, and now I would like to get into the quote of the week for today, and that comes from a gentleman by the name of Henry Van Diyke. Henry Van Diyke, and the quote says, "Some succeed because they are destined to, but most succeed because they are determined to." Let me read it once again. Some succeed because they are destined to, but most succeed because they are determined to. Now, today I want to talk to you about a couple of things. I mean, the first item is the awesome power of determination. Being determined to do something and to carry something to the end, to completion. Are you a determined kind of person? What are you determined to do this year? What are you determined to do for the remainder of your life? You see, it doesn't matter how old you are. You may be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90 years of age. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how old you are. But what are you determined to do for the rest of your life? Whatever the rest, I mean, nobody knows how much life we have left. I don't, and I don't think that you do. So for that time, for that frame, for that number of days, weeks, months, years that we have left, what are we determined to do? The quality and magnitude of your achievements is directly connected to the strength of your determination. You know, I was thinking about that, and I came across with It's not that I came across with that quote. I put that quote together because it was birthed from deep inside. The quality of your achievements is directly connected to the strength of your determination. Think about that. Really think about that. Determination is very powerful. And most people are really not determined, really determined. They like doing things, but is there a determination behind what you want to do? Because it says most people succeed because not because they like to do something, but because they are determined to do something. And then the other thing that I wanted to share with you is that it says that some people succeed because they are destined to. So, what are the people who are destined to succeed? You may wonder, am I destined to succeed? Are you destined to succeed? So let's talk a little bit about some of the people who are destined to succeed. I'm going to share with you 3 types of people who are destined to succeed. And the first group are the visionary people. Visionary people. I'm going to mention a few names to you, people from the past who are no longer with us, and people who are still living and making a difference. I mean, people like Galileo. Galileo was a visionary in his time. People like Michael Jackson, John Lennon, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson. I read, I think, a couple of 3 books about Richard Branson, the founder of the Virgin Empire, the Virgin Group of companies. And it talks about, I mean, his childhood and that entrepreneurial spirit that never left him. I mean, he was a visionary from a very early age. So these are just a few of the many men and women who, as visionaries, I mean, they challenged dogmas. They challenged dogmas. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, they challenge dogmas. These are the people who come and they find a shut window or a closed door. And they don't think, well, I mean, let me go some other way, I mean, to see, I mean, if I can find a window that is already opened or a door that is already open so I can go through. No. What they do is they opened that window in front of them. They look for resources and opportunities and the necessary tools to open that window, that door. And what happens when they go through that window and that door is they create a world that didn't exist before. They are visionaries. They are pioneers. They co-create a new world that didn't exist before. They study the unseen. They accomplish the impossible because in their thinking, nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. It's just finding the way to do it. They are innovators. They innovate entire industries. Look at Steve Jobs. I mean, he was a disruptor of an industry and a creator of industries. You see, they have a vision much, much greater than their own circumstances. So, you see, the goal of visionary people is not to make money, is not to impress crowds, is not to hang out with other celebrities or people of great reputation or to be powerful. Is not. The goal of visionary people is to dramatically change the world for the better. To help the planet improve in one way or another. And that's why they have innovative ideas and products and visions and services, because they want to make a difference. And of course, the money and reputation and all the rest would come. But that's not their primary driving force. Their primary driving force as a visionary was to really cause a dramatic change in the world. Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk, I mean, he wants to start a colony, a human colony on Mars. That's the thinking of a visionary. Now, you don't have to think along those ways. I mean, that's what Elon Musk wants to do. I don't know, I mean, if he's going to be able to accomplish that in his lifetime, but he is working toward that vision, toward that dream, toward that goal. Whether he gets it accomplished or not, but if he doesn't accomplish it in his own lifetime, then he's going to leave enough resources behind so other people can continue where he left off. And even though he's no longer present, the vision still moves forward. So that's the thinking of a visionary. Now, the second group of people who are destined to succeed are what is called the creative geniuses. Creative geniuses. Now, creativity is part of what makes us human and what separates us from each other. So, I mean, we all have different creativities. You see, creativity, that part of us that makes us curious about things, to explore things. You see, creative people are not afraid to face uncertainty or changes. And they don't mind if they fail not just one time, but multiple times and multiple times, because they know that everything is part of that creative process, and failure is part of that creative process. Without failure, that creative process gets interrupted. But if you allow failure to allow you to get to the next level, then you are still on that creativity genius. You see, creativity is a powerful force that drives the human spirit to unknown territories. And it produces that imagination, that level of invention, creative juices flow, and you are in that creative zone, and you are empowered by that creative force, that creativity. So that's the second group of people who are destined to succeed. And the third group is what is called the lifelong learners. The lifelong learners. You know, I mean, when I give a presentation, I love to open with and to share with my audiences a quote by Eric Hoffer. It's a quote that it really stuck with me, and I love it. It says, "In times of change, it is the learners who will inherit the future, while the learned are beautifully equipped to live in a world that no longer exists." The learners are the ones who will inherit the future. The lifelong learners. See, the person who has an inquisitive mind, has a mind of curiosity, of wanting to find out more, wanting to learn more, wanting to see what is the next book that I need to read in order to learn this or that. What is the next conference or the next event that I need to attend, because I need to associate myself with people who are at a much higher level, and then they are going to bring me to that level and I'm going to learn from them. Who is the next coach that I need to work with? What is the next mentor that I need to work with, so they can share their knowledge and wisdom and I can learn from them? Let me give you another list of people. Nikola Tesla, John Rockefeller, William Shakespeare, the Wright brothers, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Steve Jobs, Richard Branson, once again, Bill Gates. You see, all these people, you may say, wow, I mean, but those are celebrities, great people of all time. And yet, they didn't have a formal education. You see, Thomas Edison, the greatest inventor of all time, had a third grade education, either a third or a fourth grade education. And look at what he achieved in his lifetime. Because a lifelong learner doesn't put all the eggs in the educational system basket, but it relies on his or her own initiative to learn, to keep growing in learning. They are self-taught kind of people. You see, when Steve Jobs dropped out of college, it didn't say, well, I mean, I don't need to learn anymore. No, 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 no. That was not his thinking. He kept on learning, but he learned by doing, by applying, by um, um, availing himself with the resources necessary for him to do and get the things that needed to get done. So it's not that he stopped his education. I believe that when he dropped out of college, he began his education. You see, and these are some of the people, I mean, who they just taught themselves. I mean, they had that spirit inside of them of learning by themselves, learning the things that were necessary for them. You see, sometimes we learned in school, in college, and I went to college. I did a degree in chemical engineering, but if you ask me, I mean, did I? And I tell you, I do not regret having done a course of study in chemical engineering. I had a great time. I met great people. It was an awesome time of my life. But if you ask me, apart from things like the laws of thermodynamics and learning differential equations and learning design techniques for reactors and doing heat and mass balances, and did I learn how to grow myself as a person? Did I learn how to communicate better? How to connect with people? How to associate with people in an effective way? How to network with people? Did I learn some of the skills and abilities that go beyond the technical issues? Because what is going to make the difference, what is going to help someone become more impactful in life, more influential in life, is not how much mathematical knowledge you have, but it is how much people's skills do you know and do you apply and you live by. And I truly believe that university did not teach me that. That was not part of the curriculum. And I think that that is lacking in most curriculums, and people who are self-taught, they are taught and they pick up the things that are really required and necessary, and that's why they get into that highway of achievement and success. So this is what I wanted to share with all of you. I mean, on this quote of the week, let me just remind you of the quote of the week. Some succeed because they are destined to, but most succeed because they are determined to. So who are the people who are destined to succeed? Well, visionary people, creative genius kind of people, lifelong learners. And who are the other type of people who are, or who will succeed? Those that are determined to succeed, not those who just like to succeed, but the ones that are truly focused and determined to succeed. So I hope that this teaching encouraged you, inspired you, motivated you, and truly added value to your life, to your journey. And it is always great to share this content with you. I will see you this coming Wednesday for the Transformational Mentoring Midweek Edition. If you want to contact me, you can go to my website at alejandrojtornato.com. You can see some of the programs that I facilitate. If you want me to go and do a lunch and learn for your group, for your company, for your department, please contact me. Nothing would give me more pleasure than to go and to add value to your group. And there's a couple of products that I have on the website. One is the Myth of Risk, and the other one is From Here to There, a transformational journey. Check them out, and you can purchase those there directly from my website. And also a little bit of promotion on my other page, which is called Live Without Limits, a page in collaboration with a dear friend and colleague, Makisher Whetstone. We do a Facebook Live every Thursdays at 7 p.m. unless we need to change the time, and definitely I will let you know, but stay tuned. So on Wednesdays I do my transformational mentoring. On Thursdays I do the one with Makisher, and then on Sundays today I come again and I do the quote of the week, transformational mentoring Sunday edition. So if you want to contact me for coaching, one-on-one coaching services, please do so. You can reach me through my page on Facebook. All my contact information is there. You can reach me through LinkedIn. I have a profile there as well. Through Live Without Limits. And also I want to remind you yet again to register for the workshop, for the Live Without Limits workshop coming up on Saturday, May the 2nd. It's going to be here in Norcross, Georgia, and we have limited seating, so please do not put it off. If this is something that you really want to keep growing in your life, you want to get inspired, you want to deal with limiting beliefs, with self-confidence, with the power of relationships and associations, how to break through that terror barrier, the famous terror barrier that keeps people from showing up in the world with all their power, greatness, and potential. How to deal with that? Well, if you want those answers, register for the workshop, Live Without Limits. You can register at the Live Without Limits Facebook page, or you can go to eventbrite.com, look for the Live Without Limits in Norcross, Georgia. You will find it, and then you can purchase tickets there. So Makisha and myself, we would be very, very, very happy and thrilled to meet you in person and to share the content that we have prepared for you. Really, we would love to add value to as many people as we possibly can. That is our desire, and I hope that you are one of those who will be sitting with us there in Norcross. So go and register. Thank you very much indeed. Have a great rest of the day, and as always, live every moment. Be resilient, and also be kind, be passionate, be well.